a nation once again, and Ireland now a province, be a nation once again.
I was just passing the time of day with old Troy of the DMP at the corner of Arbour Hill there, and be damned, but a bloody sweep came along, and he near drove his gear into me eye. I turned around to let him have the weight of me tongue, when who should I see, dodging along Stony Batter, only Joe Hines. "Lo, Joe," says I, "how are you blowing? Did you see that bloody chimney sweep near shoved me eye out with his brush?" "Such luck," says Joe. "Who's the old bollocks you were talking to?" "Old Troy," says I, "was in the force. I'm in two minds not to give that fella in charge for obstructing the thoroughfare with his brooms and ladders." "What are you doing around these parts?" says Joe. "Divil a much," says I. "There's a bloody big foxy thief beyond by the garrison church at the corner of Chicken Lane. Old Troy was just giving me a wrinkle about him. Lifted any god's quantity of tea and sugar to pay 3 bob a week. Said he had a farm in the country. Down off a hop of me thumb by the name of Moses Herzog over there near Haigsbury Street." "Circumcised," says Joe. "Aye," says I, a bit off the top. "An old plumber named Gerrity. I'm hanging on to his taw now for the past fortnight, and I can't get a penny out of him." "That the lay you're on now?" says Joe. "Aye," says I. "How are the mighty fallen, collector of bad and doubtful debts." "But that's the most notorious bloody robber you'd meet in a day's walk, and the face on him, all pock marks, would hold a shower of rain. Tell him," says he, "I dare him," says he, "and I double dare him to send you round here again, or if he does," says he, "I'll have him summonsed up before the court, so will I, for trading without a licence. And he after stuffing himself till he's fit to burst." Jesus, I had to laugh at the little Jewy getting his shirt out. "He drink me my teas, he eat me my sugars, because he no pay me my monies." For non-perishable goods, bought of Moses Herzog of 13 St. Kevin's Parade, Wood Quay Ward, merchant, hereinafter called the vendor, and sold and delivered to Michael E. Gerrity, Esquire, of 29 Arbour Hill, in the city of Dublin, Arran Quay Ward, gentleman, hereinafter called the purchaser, Vidally said £5 avoirdupois of first choice tea at 3 shillings per pound avoirdupois, and 3 stone avoirdupois of sugar, crushed crystal, at 3 pence per pound avoirdupois. The said purchaser debtor to the said vendor of £1, 5 shillings and 6 pence sterling for value received, which amount shall be paid by said purchaser to said vendor in weekly instalments every 7 calendar days, of 3 shillings and no pence sterling. And the said non-perishable goods shall not be pawned or pledged or sold or otherwise alienated by the said purchaser, but shall be and remain and be held to be the sole and exclusive property of the said vendor, to be disposed of at his good will and pleasure, until the said amount shall have been duly paid by the said purchaser to the said vendor, in the manner herein set forth, as this day hereby agreed between the said vendor, his heirs, successors, trustees, and assigns of the one part, and the said purchaser, his heirs, successors, trustees, and assigns of the other part." "Are you a strict TT?" says Joe. "Not taking anything between drinks," says I.